Hi again, Cheryl here, right back with video number 2 of part 2 of video number 6, before weight loss surgery, things you should do, in my RNY after 4 years series. I left off with talking to your surgeon and knowing things about surgeries before you go in, and I was explaining about my instance where they wanted me to have the sleeve surgery, and I was adamant absolutely not, due to acid reflux. And there again is a very good example why you want to do your research absolutely before you go through that door, because you want to be able to understand and have a intelligent conversation with your surgeon. That is absolutely crucial. Okay, another thing I asked is, how about classes, which I just saw, but that's not where we're going to go. Another thing that I asked that was important was skin removal. Does the surgeon actually do it, or do they refer you out to plastic surgeons? Now that's important because in my case, I got a paniculectomy. My surgeon did that paniculectomy. My insurance covered it, no problem. Had they referred me out to a plastic surgeon, 9 chances out of 10, in fact, probably 9.8 chances out of 10, that the insurance company won't even look at it, because plastic surgery is elective surgery as far as insurance companies are concerned. So you want to know, because another question I asked before even that is, when I lose this weight, what about skin? Because I would rather be filled out fat than have loose skin hanging and have that, because I've had both and I'll still take being filled out fat over hanging skin. It's just the way it is. If I'm gonna not be happy with my body, I'd at least want my body filled in and proportioned, if you know what I'm saying. So I knew in my mind, by what I researched, I didn't want that skin hanging. So my first question, what about the skin, is that, can you make sure that I help me get skin removal surgery? And if so, is it you that's going to do it, or is it something you refer out to a plastic surgeon? And again, in my case, my surgeons did it. Now, they did try and get my thighs done. We put in for that and it was denied, which is fine. I was going to appeal it, but I'm going to get a revision and I'm going to be losing more weight. So I'm not worried about that till I hit goal. Once I hit goal, then we'll go back to talking about the rest of the skin removal. So that's another animal in itself. So you want to know what kind of testing and stuff too pre-op. Like, I had to go to the heart doctor, I had to go to the lung doctor, which was pulmonary, I had to go to a psychiatrist, and I had to see the nutritionist just once. I know a lot have to attend classes. I know a lot have to go to the nutritionist several times. I know there's pre-op diets. I know some have to lose a percentage of weight. Here's another one. Quit smoking. I never asked, I assumed, because in the Facebook groups I was in, a lot of them were on the table getting ready to go back. They nicotine tested them. They tested positive, and they were right off that table and told to come back in 3 months. So I just assumed you had to quit smoking, because it makes sense. Why would an insurance company cover a procedure supposedly for you to get better health, yet you still smoke, which is one of the worst things you can do for it to your body? So in my mind, I had to quit smoking. I never asked. I was never told. I just took it upon myself. Turned out, not only didn't my insurance require it, my surgeon didn't require it. But I didn't quit smoking for nothing. I did myself one of the biggest favors I could have done by quitting smoking. So it was a win-win situation. There's a lady whose videos I was watching. It might have been a month ago she posted it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's a recent video. And one of the things she wished she knew before weight loss surgery was that she had to quit drugs. And I kind of looked, and by drugs she meant nicotine. Nicotine is a drug, because she was smoking, and it put her back getting her surgery, but she didn't know. Again, this is where my very first thing was: do your research. Research till your fingers bleed. Research till the cows come home. You want to have your ducks in a row before you even walk through the surgeon's doors. That's the best advice I can give. And what I'm telling you is why. The things that can come as a result. I also went on Pinterest looking for after weight loss surgery recipes. And, you know, you want to find things that you might need. And ask them, ask your surgeon, you know, what will I really need post-op? Once I get this surgery, what are things in my repertoire that I absolutely must have? Well, I could tell you one of the biggest things that you're probably going to use until your eyes and your mind are trained and your pouch is trained are measuring cups, a food scale. They're critical. You can only hold so much in your pouch. You would not want to force that differently or more than you can handle, because you can get yourself very sick. You can mess with your pouch, let me say. I don't know if it can or can't stretch it. I'm sure after prolong of that, absolutely, that's only common sense. But in my case, I listened from the jump. I never took that next bite that would fill me. If I would start to even remotely feel pressure here, I'm done. I am so done. I learned from the very beginning to listen to my pouch, respect my pouch, and it has worked for me. I've never overeaten. I have never... Okay, I lie. I've taken one bite more than I should have. Well, I didn't lie because I didn't say it. I lied to my mind, I guess. I have taken one bite more than I should have on occasion or two. And believe me, I didn't always throw up. I've never dumped. But the feeling, the pain, the pressure, I don't recommend it. So you do that once or twice, you're going to listen. And I did that after 2 years out. Not even the first year. I mean, I'm 2 years out and I'm like, gee, that was really good. My mouth still wants more. I'm going to have one more bite. And that one more bite was not a good plan at all. So you don't want to, you want to listen to your pouch. Another thing that helps, and you could talk to your surgeon about this, is smaller plates, smaller dishes. I got little ramekin dishes, little, the glass things that they use when they're doing recipes, and then they dump them, they pre-mix or they pre-measure all their stuff, and then they poop as they're doing a recipe. Those little things. They don't have to be glass, but you know what I mean. You want to get containers. I still to this day use my small little Ziploc containers with the lids. That's what I put my sugar-free puddings in when I make them. They're perfectly portioned, and I showed them on another one of my videos. A lot of people do baby forks and baby spoons, so they take smaller bites. I never did that, and part of me wishes I would have, because I, to this day, don't take smaller bites. And I've tried. I cannot, even if I sit here with this pen in my mouth, I'm going to gag. I cannot hold something in my mouth. When I used to chew gum, I used to swallow it. I'm not one. Hard candy, bam, I swallow it. Cough drops, chew it up, swallow it. I can't. So for me to sit here and chew, I can't do that. I gag. So that's part of the reason why I don't chew my food a million times. I do try to chew at least 5 times, but any more than that sitting in my mouth, I just can't stand that. I can't. But when I get this revision, I'm going to do everything in my power to reset that and try and take those smaller bites and chew and see where that leads me. I mean, like I said, I haven't had any negative or bad come from not being able to do that, but it is something they recommend. So a lot of people have used baby forks, baby spoons. Again, I'm not one of those people. 32 ounce insulated cup. I highly recommend. You're going to use that pre-op, post-op, and forevermore after. I use my cups. I have like 5 or 6 of them. I use them all the time. I also have the hot ones just for like when I make my hot tea and stuff. Because in the winter, the cold, not just the winter, like now, today's the day I will walk around with a hot thing of tea. Absolutely. You want to be sipping at all times. So you want to have a arsenal of these mugs and cups. And Gas-X. A lot of people recommend Gas-X. Gas-X has never helped me, but what has helped me is probiotics. Absolutely. You definitely want a probiotic, a good probiotic. 90% of the tools that are recommended pre-op, and you see video upon video of people saying what I got pre-weight loss surgery. They don't use 90% of what they bought, myself included, because I watched those videos and I went out and I bought till the cows come home. What you need and what you will use post-op and thereafter, in my opinion, is an immersion blender. That was some of the best money I ever spent. You plug it in, or there's battery operated ones, and you pop it in like this here I put, it's a pumpkin spice cold brew coffee. So, well, it isn't cold brew, it's iced coffee, sorry. I made a mug of coffee, and I put heavy whipping cream in, I put almond milk in it, a little bit of stevia, pumpkin praline, sugar-free syrup, a little shot of French vanilla syrup, or French vanilla extract. That's what I put in it. And Gen Pro unflavored protein powder. And then all I had to do was take my immersion blender, and then it whipped it all up. It dissolved all my protein powder, and then I just had to rinse that off, dry it good, and then I could put ice in, and there you go. There's some that are battery operated for on the go. People also have frothers that do the same thing, I guess. I don't know. I never really used a frother. In my mind, a frother froths, period. An immersion blender, I mean, people use that in their hot pans for soup to help thicken soups and stuff. So, an immersion blender is a very good tool to have. Your smaller plates, your smaller bowls, your 32-ounce insulated mugs, because that's going to help you get at least 64 ounces of liquid a day. And I say liquid, not water, because I'm not alone in cannot get water in. Just can't. Water to this day hurts every time I try and drink it. There's a lot of us like that. And it's so weird because we're 90% water, or however much percent water. Our bodies are mainly water, yet post-surgery, our bodies fight that water. It baffles me. You're going to want to have, I did say your small plates, your containers with lids for your meal prep, for your sugar-free puddings, things like that. And honestly, you want to invest in something like this for all your vitamins, because you're going to need them, your vitamins and whatever meds you're still taking post-surgery. That's definitely a must-to-have. So you want to ask your surgeon what he recommends you have, but also don't go out and spend a boatload of money when you won't need to, especially for something you're only going to use a little bit, honestly. I pretty well did a video, and again, that's me. It may not be you. You may find you use 20 things post-op and forevermore. I use a handful. But you want to find out what, have a list and say, I've seen this recommended, that recommended, and see what your surgeon says and go from there. Or maybe it would be your nutritionist or dietitian that goes through that with you. But somebody will, and you want to know that question too. And you want to know, after surgery, how much do they say you can lose? Like, some surgeons, they want you to lose in, like, I think it's 12 pounds a month. 25 pounds a month. See, I don't remember. Please don't quote me on that. I don't remember. It's going on 4 years and I have Alzheimer's. I forget a lot of things. So that's just a basic synopsis of what I recommend to do before any kind of weight loss surgery. And again, I want you to always keep in mind, the most important is do your homework and do your research. Know before walking through that door what the surgeries are, what they entail, what the possible complications are. You know, just do your research, do your homework, and ask a ton of questions. And even after you've exhausted every question you could think of, find more questions to ask, because trust me, you're going to want to know, you're going to want to educate. I'm almost 4 years out, headed into a revision, and I'm still asking questions and still researching things. And that's why I started my channel. So maybe there's someone out there that I too can help. And you see so many, and I feel bad for them. I do, because I know how hard it is. They didn't fail. They've regressed. They've gone back to their old habits. They've gone back to their way of eating, and they've gained their weight back. I, fortunately, am not one of those people. So I'm coming at you from a standpoint of somebody that has complied, followed the rules, and I am a success. And I can help you. And if you listen to what I say, not that I'm the end-all, do-all, I would never say that. What works for me might not work for you. But the one thing that every weight loss surgery patient should have in common with me is that they comply. So I wanted to start my channel because you hear so often, and you see on YouTube a lot, failed surgeries. So my belief is, as a success story and as somebody who is grateful for this surgery and somebody who would do this again in a heartbeat and is about to do it again in a heartbeat, there's so much good that can come out of this surgery. But one of the biggest factors is you have to know what you're getting into, which once again brings me back to do your research. My channel is here to help, not to hurt, I promise. And I would love to help anybody I can. If there's any questions, any advice, I can tell you what has worked for me. I could tell you what didn't work for me, because there's things I tried that didn't work. And I could tell you from my perspective a lot of things, or my research, and say, this is where I found this, look it up for yourself. Like my cousin just asked me about keto, and I told her flat out, there are so many aspects of keto that for me to sit down without the proper education to say, this is keto, blah, 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 please research this person, because they're the ones I researched, they're the ones I follow, and they're the ones I've learned from. So my point to that is, if I can't answer you, by doggone, I'm going to help you find that answer, or find somebody who can come to you and say, hey, Cheryl said you had this question, I can help you with that. I'm here for that. I'm here for you, and I hope that you're here for me. We can all learn off each other. And let me just say, this surgery is not the easy way out. No weight loss surgery is. There's a lot to it, and you have to completely change who and what you are as far as eating and nutrition and things like that. We need to be there for each other. We need to help each other through this, because it is a struggle for some. I haven't struggled at all. I guess because going into it, I knew in my heart and mind this was something I was fully committing to. Again, I quit smoking, being a chain smoker, before I even went in for surgery. I saw I went into the first appointment, but I thought I had to quit, so I was ahead of the game. I figured I'll quit now, and then I won't have to deal with it later. You know, I had 3 months, 4 months till I got my surgery. Actually, it wound up being 6 months, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was about 6 months. but being educated and being informed about things helped me tremendously. And I believe in my heart of hearts, that's one of the biggest reasons I have been successful, is because I knew going into this what my part in all this was going to be and what I had to do to make sure I had success in this. So I'm going to end this one here because now I'm, excuse me, I'm 20 minutes into this one. So I just want to, I'll probably add to this because this is a big one. Before weight loss surgery, there's so much to it. But let me close here for now. And, excuse me, I don't know what happened there. As always, please comment, like, share, subscribe. Click the bell so you can get notifications when I get any new videos up. And if there's any way, that I could be of assistance or help to you, please feel free to contact me. I'll be more than happy to do anything I can to help you in your journey. Until then, this is Cheryl signing off, and I'll be back at you soon with another video. Thanks so much for being here and taking your time with me. Talk to you soon.